future was right there. Like, it was solidified. Like, I was comfortable for the rest of my life. Maybe not mentally in my relationship, but financially, I was fine. And I gave it all up to be happy.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have stayed. It was like stable in every other area but that. Like, is my mental health really that important?
Will you keep quiet? Chai. There is God.
I don't know. Is this another stage of divorce? I'm happy, but I go into these random thoughts of, you gave it all away. Like, was it worth giving away? And I know it was. I know it was for my mental sanity. I know it was for my happiness. It will all come together, but it's still terrifying to start over at this age.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I think I have just lost the one person that I prayed for. All because of my self-sabotaging tendencies. God forbid I actually accept good things that are happening to me, because I'm so used to it being a mess. I'm so used to it being toxic. And here I am in the face of a non-toxic situation, in the face of a God-fearing man, in the face of a family man, an amazing person. And I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. And I think I've just lost. I think I just lost the opportunity to experience something I've never experienced before.
Don't stay for the kids. That's like one of the number one things I'm seeing in my comments. I'm staying for the children. I'm staying for the children. Part of the reason I left was because of the children. I get it. Thinking about having your children only half the time is nauseating, right? It makes you sick to your stomach to think about. But I didn't want to set the example for my children that lukewarm was what marriage looked like. And if you don't have a healthy marriage, your kids will know. And then they'll think that's what marriage is. And then they'll get into a marriage and think, well, this is like my parents. Would you tell your children to stay in a marriage that didn't fulfill them? Why do you?
Always just trying to keep it real, but, and I'm not the lady who cries on TikTok, but sometimes being a single mom is hard because you don't have anybody else to rely on except for yourself. And so my hot water heater went out, and I now have to miss my youngest son's flag football game, which I only get to go to every other week because I work on the weekends that I don't have them. And now I have to miss it because I have to stay home for a damn hot water heater to be installed. And it's just super frustrating at times because I'm the only adult in the house, and so now I have to leave him and go do that. And it's just, sometimes it's just hard to not have anybody to rely on. And yes, while I have a boyfriend, he doesn't know my kids. They're not involved, and so he can't be at my house. He can't help. It's just me. And sometimes it's hard. And that's real.
So the guy I've been dating for 8 months just came over and broke up with me. When I met him in March, I came back to life. I got my confidence back. I played, I laughed. The hardest thing for me is that he just committed like 3 weeks ago and told me that he considers me his girlfriend and has told everybody else. And so what did I do? I put him right back on Facebook and paraded him in front of everybody. Like, here's my guy. So as much as I know it's the right thing, like my mind knows it's the right thing, my heart hurts. Let's answer this question. Can I ask, how do you think it got to that point, if you don't mind answering? She's referring to the video I made where I talk about my husband of 25 years sitting me down and telling me at a Mexican restaurant that he was only in our marriage for our daughter, essentially saying he didn't love me anymore, which I therefore left and started over again with our daughter. So how did it get to that point? You know, it's very interesting that you ask this because I've been making videos about older women dating younger men. And it's funny because I think that age actually did hurt us in our marriage. I was 21 and he was 31 when we got together. I had a 2-month-old baby and he had a couple kids actually from a previous marriage. And I was still living with my parents. It was very much, even though neither one of us had anything, neither of us had any money, we didn't have literally anything, that part was very equal. He was still 10 years older and was very much the boss, controlled the finances, made all the decisions, when we were going to live together, when we were going to get married. He was the decision maker in all of those cases. And I didn't really have enough confidence to make my own decisions at that time. What happened though was we got together and I started really helping him build a business that he had a license for, but really wasn't doing anything. And so I applied all of my marketing to his business. The business took off. Between my marketing and his sales, we skyrocketed. We made $1 million our first year. We were the #1 catering company in all of Las Vegas for decades. It was a really big deal. But what happened was, as that time went on, I started establishing myself. I started building my own confidence, my own identity. Eventually, we wound up getting into real estate, and I became a teacher, trainer, and started coaching and speaking on real estate and on marketing. And then that turned into me speaking about affiliate marketing and making 6 figures as an affiliate marketer. And then I'm on the stages and I'm writing books and I'm doing things like that. And as I climbed that social ladder, or I don't know, whatever you want to call it, I think he struggled. And I'll be really honest with you, he didn't change. He didn't change at all. I don't think in the entire 25 years he ever changed. He was the same guy he was when we met, and that was a problem.
The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce. So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person, or that you did it because you were trying, or whatever. I've never met anybody like him, and I've never loved anybody like him either, but I don't want a divorce. I still am very much in love with my husband.
So I had a realization today. I've been divorced for 3.5 years, and I went through 1.5 years of counseling after my marriage broke up, and I've dated on and off in that 3.5 years. I don't have any kids, so it was a clean break in my divorce. I'm a church worker. I'm a strong Christian, and I try to live by Christian values and Christian values when dating. I'm also a woman of the real world and understand, when dating, what it's like to date out in the real world. And it is so hard. It is so hard to find someone who is looking for someone of value, who's not wanting to sleep with someone right away, and who's not wanting to, change their morals because they are a single woman. I just can't understand why it's hard out here for us good women. I don't understand. I'm looking for a good man. It's not like I'm out here, looking to change people or anything like that. It's, I've done the work on myself. Last year I went through a huge weight loss journey, and a guy that I dated last month, I went out with him twice, and both times he was like, you don't look like your photos. Your photos look like you were a lot thinner than what you were in person. Like, what? Are we doing this? Are we really doing that? I don't know why this is hard. I went out for the girlfriend tonight, and we were talking about okay, well, what is it that I need to work on? Because obviously there's something wrong with me because I'm not able to figure out how to be in a healthy, good relationship. And she was like, Emily, what's wrong with you? I don't understand why you think it's you. Why you always have to change you. And I'm like, I'm the common denominator, right? I'm the one who's not been able to date someone and be in a relationship. And she's like, what if it's not the right time? And I was like, but why would God wait this long? I'm 38. It's not like this has been an easy journey for me of being pregnant. I had 3 miscarriages in my first marriage. My time clock is ticking. I've been in youth ministry for 16 years working with teenagers. I'd love to be a mom. Why is this hard? She's like, what if it's not you? What if it's just not the right time? And that's really hard to accept because I'd like to fix something. I'm a fixer. If I can fix it. Do I need to lose some more weight? Do I need to be on a different dating app? Do I need to change something about me? And I hate that answer, that maybe it's not the right time, but maybe it's not the right time. That's really hard to kind of accept. It's really hard. And where are all the good men? Why aren't you looking for good women who are ready to be in a relationship and not sleep around? What are you doing? Where are you? The journey is hard.
Okay, so can I be honest? I miss being married. I have come up with a list of the top 5 things that I miss about being married.
I am not okay.
Things I miss about being married. First one, companionship. I can't tell you how much I miss having a friend, someone that is always there for me, a friend that has my back when I'm feeling like no one does. New series, things I miss about being married. I wrote down the top 5. First one, companionship. I can't tell you how much I miss having a friend, someone that is always there for me, someone that wants to do things with me, a friend that has my back when I'm feeling like no one does. I miss having someone to tell secrets to. I think that it's different with a spouse than regular friendships. Like, they're not going to judge you. Like, they're not going to hold it against you. I miss that. Okay. Things I miss about being married. Number 3. Accountability / encouragement. I think that whenever you have friends as an adult, you may lack the accountability on the goals that you have mentioned that you want to do. I mean, I have friends that check in on me, but as far as if I set a goal, if I have my spouse, I feel like they would keep me accountable and on task. And then encouragement whenever I feel really down. Instead of having to call somebody to get them to check on me, a spouse is there and is there to encourage you. So it sucks to have to call somebody to encourage me. Does that make sense?
Fair, why the do I have to go through this? And he's just fine. That's not fair. He gets to go about his life, have his home, have his cars, have his financial stability, and I'm over here struggling.
So if you haven't heard, I'm going through a divorce. And divorce is a lot like death. I've experienced a lot of that in my life. You have to grieve, and you have to get some grasp on understanding. And on Monday, we will have been married 14 years. We will have been together in April for over 20. And as weird as this may sound, it's almost like I'm grieving and mourning the brother-sister aspect of our relationship, or the friendship aspect, more than the romantic aspect. Because if you know anything about Disney movies, Ohana means family, and family's forever, especially the family you pick. If I run out of gas on the side of the interstate and I call him, no matter how many times I call, no matter how sad I am, no matter how alone I am, he's not coming. And he's told me that, and he's shown me that. And I'm having the hardest time accepting that. He's not my family anymore. Where am I going to be buried? Who's going to bury me? That's the hard part. The unconditional love wasn't unconditional. And he doesn't want to be my family. He doesn't care about me, no matter how mad he gets at me or aggravated like he used to, because it's not unconditional. That's the hardest part. Losing my family. Losing my friend. I don't need another slow kiss or a love song dedicated to me. I need someone to show up with a gas can when I run out of gas. I miss having a best friend.
Watching all these videos just make you not want to get married. Because most of these women just left their husband for very dumb shit. Things that make no sense at all. So watching this video, most of the time when I see videos like this, it just don't make me want to marry nobody. It just make me see marriage as a waste of time. Like it's not even worth it. Honestly, I'm just being for real right now. Because when you see reasons why most of these girls leave their marriage, or these women leave their marriage, you just be like, what's the purpose of getting married? What's the purpose of you finding someone and like, oh, I want to marry this person? Because people don't understand marriage is actually a duty. It's not just about, oh, I'm happy or I'm not happy. Sometimes you just got to sacrifice some certain things. So listening to these women regret leaving their husband is just baffling. Because these things are not, the reason why they left the marriage shouldn't even be a reason to leave a marriage. So you regretting leaving your husband don't make any sense to me at all, because you should be mature enough not to leave that man for dumb reasons like that. It's just crazy. Sometimes you hear women say, oh, I left him because he plays a lot of video game, but he works. Give the man a break. Let him play his video game, man. He don't stop you when you want to go chill with your friend and you want to have a good time. He's not stopping you. So why are you stopping him when he wants to do what he wants to do? Why are you divorcing him over stupid shit like video game or he works too much, things like that? This is just crazy. No wonder the marriage rate is declining right now. No wonder people are not men don't want to get married no more, because for what? What's the point of getting married? It just feels like a waste of time at this point. It just feels like for what reason? If a woman is ready to leave you for dumb things like, oh yeah, he works too much, or he plays too much video game, or this and that, or he's not taking out the trash, why do you want to marry that person anyway? So watching this video, I just look at my life, I'm like, do I really even want to get married though? Do I want to do that to myself? Because you never know who you're going to date. People change. You might think she's the best girl you ever met. You might think she's the most, beautiful girl you've ever seen, or the best character-wise girl you've ever seen. And then you marry this person and they just change. And they just change. And you're like, what? That's not who I got married to. Yeah, because people change. So it's scary. It is scary to get married right now. So I understand why a lot of men are opting out of marriage, because it's scary. And when I see reasons why people break up, it's just like these things you can talk about. There's no communication in a lot of marriage. Most people do not communicate their problems. They just keep it in and get mad and boom, that's it. Or sometimes one is trying to communicate, but the other is not listening. And yet, even a communication problem shouldn't be a reason to get a divorce. Just find a way to talk to your husband or find a way to talk to your wife sometime. But most women leave the marriage like 90% of the time, so I understand why a lot of men don't want to do it. Why should they? Why should they? Like you can't be regret leaving your marriage. And also I understand the reason why most of these women regret their marriage. It's not because they regret the marriage. It's because they can't find a person to replace that man. Women do this all the time. They're going to leave you thinking they can do better. Then they go in the market and they can't find no one like you. And now it's a problem. Now they want to come back. It's because they can't find nobody to replace you. That's why they want to come back. It's not because they miss you. It's not because they want the marriage back. It's because they're lonely and they can't replace you. Or they've tried and they keep fucking all these people and nobody wants to keep them around. This is why they usually want to come back. It's not because they miss you. And if you're a smart man, you don't take her back. You let her go. If you're smart, because she coming back is just going to ruin your life again. And you're starting all over because you've healed. Now she's back. And now you got to start all over again. You don't take that kind of person back. But anyway, listen, it's just crazy. It makes me not want to get married because I'm like, damn. Why would I want to put myself through this? But anyway, back with another video, man. I hope you guys like and subscribe to this channel. I'm trying my best. I know it's not the best of quality with the lighting and stuff. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'm going to see y'all later.